Welcome, I'm Bill Marshall. This is a talk about solar farms and why I favor their inclusion in the future of Maysville and Mason County. As we all look for our best way forward, I hope that this short video will give you an overview of this set of 8 videos that are designed for people who are interested in the future of Mason County and understanding solar's potential to help support it. In this summary, I will present only bullet points of how I've come to support solar farms in Mason County. The other videos in this series present the details of each point. If you've reached other conclusions, I hope you will advise me of alternative sources that will expand my understanding. We all want a sustainable future for Mason County. I hope that we can agree on the facts and then make decisions on how to move in that direction. In recent years, Mason County lost 2 major agricultural enterprises that for decades helped support land ownership. Tobacco and dairy enterprises provided major cash flows into our community. Dairy and tobacco have largely been replaced by cash grain, a continuous rotation of corn and soybeans, or a cow-calf beef operation. Beef is picturesque on a cool spring day. In the winter, freezing and thawing with wet weather makes the sod very fragile. Livestock walking on such sod results in erosion and soil loss to the watershed. Confinement yards are one method to keep cattle off the sod in wet weather. They also allow increased cattle revenues on the same acreage. Livestock, no matter if in the field or in confinement, will generate nutrients that can hurt our water supply if not carefully managed. Dramatic swings in cattle prices and livestock mortality make it very daunting to pay for land with only the income from grade cow-calf operations. These thin margins typically result in less reinvestment back into the operation and over time a reduction in land value when compared to the value of when the land was a dairy or tobacco operation. Understand, I'm not opposed to livestock agriculture. Instead, my point is that beef's low and erratic profits demand an alternative enterprise that makes a larger contribution towards supporting land ownership in our general community. Cash grain is one alternative. With traditional non-GMO corn and conventional tillage, slopes quickly become an issue because severe soil erosion danger increases as the slope increases. GMO seed allow for no or minimum till. This allows corn on steeper slopes. All corn requires heavy fertilization or it will soon wear out the soil. This fact is overcome with commercial fertilizers. Even with modern precision agriculture using GPS, these nutrients leave their intended crop areas. Corn requires a lot of nitrogen, and nitrogen is very water soluble, so easily leached. Algae blooms in ponds and streams are just one indication of the damage resulting from the introduction of these fertilizers into our watersheds. Soybeans are the other predominant cash grain crop. Being a legume, it can capture nitrogen from the atmosphere and so needs no nitrogen fertilizer. Non-GMO seeds require conventional tillage. Soybean root system tends to loosen soil up, and this with conventional tillage results in severe soil erosion on any but the most level fields. With GMO seeds, no-till soybeans are possible, and which they can be planted on steeper slopes. However, I believe that a soybean field will lose more tons of topsoil per acre than the same field in corn, and either is much worse than sod. This is a link to the paper on groundwater contamination. It finds that pesticides, when sprayed on crop plants, are able to flow below the surface of the ground, reaching water-bearing aquifers, thereby contaminating groundwater and making it unsuitable for both human and agricultural use. Beef does not reliably generate much profit per acre. Continuous row crops are hard on the land and its watershed and require larger and larger acreages to be economically viable. Compared to the other ways to harvest sun falling on Mason County, solar has less pollution, for water, noise, and traffic. Solar is more sustainable. It does not consume the soil, and as long as the sun shines, the resource can be gathered. Allowing solar farms in Mason County does not constrain other land uses in the area. It does have benefits, though, compared with the alternative land uses. What better way to measure a new enterprise than with the goals stated in the comprehensive plan for Maysville-Mason County? Solar farms can improve our quality of life because compared to the current land use alternatives, solar reduces soil erosion, it reduces fertilizer leaching from crop fields into our environment, reduces pollution from row crop herbicides. It provides a viable alternative to sod and grass being cut up by livestock on pasture in wet weather, or livestock in confinement generating point source pollutions of odor and animal waste. Solar farms will increase employment. Solar farms will need more labor for equipment maintenance and even more for labor that is used for mowing. Solar will require more labor than either cash grain or cow-calf operations on the same acreage. Our area used to sell tobacco, milk, and textile products to the world. We've lost those markets. Solar can help replace those lost cash flows into our community. Solar farms can help provide a strong revenue stream to support land ownership. Solar farms can also help support our community services. It's fairly normal for a 100-acre parcel to contribute $24,000 annually to local community and taxing authorities. Remember, a producing solar farm needs few community services. A solar farm does not need natural gas, city water, sewer, or landfill capacity. It doesn't need rail or river, or large capacity road systems. Solar farms help reach each economic development goal in the comprehensive plan, while also supporting land ownership. This graph demonstrates that solar is now the least cost source of wholesale electric. Think of the amount of money that 59% of the USA's total electric bill represents. That's the amount that goes to the generation phase of electric. Solar is the least cost source. We need to replace the revenue lost with the decline in dairy and tobacco. This makes it critical that our land use regulations allow solar to contribute to our community. In addition to making solar farms conditional use in A1 zones and prohibiting them in industrial zones will help us gain maximum benefit from our community's infrastructure investments. Besides this introductory video, please check out cwmclass.com/solar-farm-in. I hope you will look at the other videos that interest you. They give the backup for this short summary. Will status quo agriculture serve our next generation? Phases of a solar farm enterprise. Solar farm zoning regulations in Maysville and Mason County. Appropriate setbacks for solar farms. Why solar farms should be in Land Use Zone 1A. Frequently asked questions about solar farms, and a final video, the summation. My understanding of the facts led me to favor solar as a long-term way to support land ownership in our area and to generate revenue for the entire community. I've appreciated your time. Look forward to your comments. This is my physical and my email address. Thank you for your time.